Yes, we all know we need to help our children manage their screen time, and we do try, not always with necessary precautions. In this video, I intend to talk about four most important concepts that we need to keep in mind when we try to help our children restrict their screen time. I am Sunny Joseph, a clinical psychologist based in Bangalore. Over the last few years, we've seen a dramatic increase in the amount of time our children use electronic gadgets. As you know, their healthy development requires the screen time to be restricted. This is a rather complex problem with a really large number of factors involved. As I cannot cover everything in a single video, this video focuses on four key concepts we need to keep in mind if we intend to help our children manage, restrict, or control their screen time. I've put these four concepts into an acronym that reads TAPS. The first letter in this acronym is T. T stands for time, effective use of time. There are children who look forward to their screen time as they wake up, travel in a car, immediately after their class is over, or after breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even just before they go to bed. Because most of the children use these gadgets in a habitual way and they develop a certain pattern. It is important as parents we understand their pattern. This will tell us when and how long they use it. This will also help us with a certain strategy to help them manage their screen time. It is equally important that they follow a routine based on a timetable you have helped them come up with. Your quality time is equally important in this aspect. The second letter in TAPS is A, which stands for alternatives, finding alternatives. Now this is all about helping our children find activities that are more meaningful so that they can replace their screen time. If you wonder as a parent if it is possible for us to engage them in a better way, I would surely ask you to change that attitude first. They could always go out, get involved in some outdoor games or activities such as gardening, taking care of pets. It could even be an aquarium. And if they prefer staying indoors, they can always play caroms or chess, try something in the kitchen, or get involved in some craft work. It's not a bad idea that we help them develop certain hobbies that they could always be proud of at a later point in time. And these days, there are a really large number of classes on dance, music, painting, drawing, and of course, coding and robotics. Make sure you find out what are their preferences, what are they good at, what are their interests, so that this transition will be much easier. Next, B. B stands for boredom. Using their boredom. Ma, I am so bored. It's so boring, Pa. These are some of the most common phrases we get to hear from our children these days. Studies very clearly show this is a byproduct of certain lifestyle changes they have been going through recently. Obviously, children who are into gaming or excessive use of electronic devices or social media find everything else boring and dull because these are highly engaging and overstimulating for the brain. No wonder they have a difficulty enjoying any other activity. Studies do show that the best way to make our children creative is by giving them opportunity to get bored, because that is the time they start reflecting on their own behavior, themselves, their life, and their future. All that we need to do is to break the association between getting bored and getting hooked onto electronic devices. So when they come to you saying that they are getting bored, we need to ask them, what do you want to do? How do you want to manage it? Because we are not responsible for your boredom. At the same time, we are ready to help you. You need to find your ways to keep yourself engaged. This is extremely important. Yes, they do find it difficult and we need to support them. That's exactly what I'm going to talk to you next. The last letter, S, stands for support, providing them support. Now, today, as you know, it is extremely difficult for our children to say no to or keep away from electronic devices, because most of the people that they come across or interact with carry a mobile phone or use some other electronic device for a good amount of time in their day-to-day life. It is extremely tempting, and this is a big challenge for them. Keeping that in mind, along with the control and the restrictions you put forth, make sure to be emotionally connected and provide them with the right support. Being available physically and emotionally is critical. Get involved in activities that they are ready to engage themselves in. Being connected emotionally would mean understanding their emotions, thoughts, future plans and abilities, so that you will be in a position to provide them with the right support and necessary encouragement. And when it comes to using social media and electronic devices, let us be good role models for them. This is highly critical. Now, hope you liked the information provided in this video and you liked this video in general. Make sure to share it with everyone that you know, because this is a very critical piece of information. Thank you so much for your time. And if you are someone who look forward to information like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.